Tell us about your pioneer heritage.
Okay. My great-great-great-grandfather, Peter Mon, he was asked to found Cache Valley. It was called Mon's Fort, but they later named it Cache Valley. And that's where a lot of our heritage is from.
Oh. Tell us about the oldest relative you remember.
I think that would be my Uncle Harry.
Uncle Harry.
He was my grandfather's brother, and he owned a farm in Montana, and my grandparents lived there and helped him work on it. And we used to go visit him during spring break every year. And that was like the highlight of our year to go there. We'd get in the old big boat, big old Ford car, and I mean there were however many kids there was, and there didn't have seatbelts back then, you know, that you had to wear.
That would be fun.
And we used to load the luggage so that the seat was flat across, so there was no foot place, and we just lay down on there and drive from Cheney to Montana, and go on the old back roads and curvy roads. It was so cool. But the thing I remember about Uncle Harry is after his wife died, and I think he'd sold the farm to one of his kids or something. We had a family reunion at Aunt Ernie's house in Cherryville, and they had this swing that was on trees, you know, big swing that came down and you get on it. It's kind of like the one that Grandpa Outcalt had, where you push and you slowly get going higher and higher. And Uncle Harry got on that swing, and he was swinging and swinging. I thought, he's going to have a heart attack. I just know he's going to have a heart attack. But he was so funny getting on that old swing. But anyway, that's what I remember about Uncle Harry.
Uncle Harry. Chapter 2. Tell us about your father, his birth, and so forth.
Okay, yeah, he was born.
And what he looks like.
He was born.
And his church birth, and community service.
His upbringing,
oh goodness,
his talents, his education, his occupation.
Okay, my father was born September 25th, 1920 in Cardston, Alberta, Canada. On a farm somewhere, you know. Maybe in Hayfield. I'm only kidding.
You hear that, Grandpa Mon? You were born in a hayfield.
And they worked there because I think one of my grandfather's brothers, they worked together, probably Uncle Harry. And after I don't know how long they stayed there or whatever, but when they moved to the States, he only had an 8th grade education because he had to stop and start helping support the family. And I remember that I don't know all of what he did, but he helped support the family. And then he joined the Marines, and he met my mother's family somehow in that time, living in Washington or something. And her brother liked one of his sisters, and he liked her. So, you know, it was a brother and a sister liking a brother and a sister. And I don't think Uncle Frank it was Uncle Frank, and that was my mom's sister, brother. And Aunt Irma was my dad's sister. So when my dad was home on leave,